And we do welcome you to the Maxwell Leadership Center here on the campus of Ohio Christian University. Rick Cooper and the Trailblazer Basketball Network, our second video broadcast of the year for the OCU men, and it's Great Lakes Christian College in town tonight to take on your OCU Trailblazers. Hi everybody, it is Rick Cooper, the voice of the Trailblazers. It's great to have you with us here on the OCU Basketball Network. Both of these teams, a 6-day layoff coming in to tonight's game. Both of these teams coming off a loss. OCU in this building last Tuesday night, 79-61. As number 4 Indiana Wesleyan came in and beat OCU by 18 points. A big day for James Nelson off the bench with 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 blocks. But Trailblazers shot it well enough, 47% from the field, but could not come out on top in that game. Indiana Wesleyan, 57% from the field, 85% from the charity stripe. OCU had a difficult day at the free throw line where they finished 7 of 19, and you're just not going to beat the number 4 team in the country shooting 7 of 19 from the charity stripe. For Great Lakes, they are 0-6. They have not won a basketball game yet here on the 19th of November, but don't let that deceive you. They have played entirely an NAIA schedule to this point, but I would say they have not played it well. They got beat last Tuesday night by 50, 124-74 at Concordia. They gave up 24 offensive rebounds in that game. It was Kyle Downing and Mike Vickers that led Great Lakes with 13 points apiece. The day before, last Monday night, a week ago, a 30-point shellacking at the hands of Holy Cross. Holy Cross scored 59 points in the second half in that game after leading by only 4, 31-27 at the break. You heard me right. They gave up 59 in the second half in that 90-60 loss. Losses at the Bethel College tournament to Marion and Bethel and Huntington University and Aquinas College. They've had trouble shooting the basketball, and we talk about so many different aspects to the game of basketball. You've got to rebound, you've got to handle the ball, you've got to play good defense, but ultimately you've got to put the basketball in the hoop. And you go back to a game against Aquinas on November the 5th when they shot 21% from the field and 17% from the charity stripe, and I don't care who you're playing. When you shoot 21% from the field and 17% from the free throw line, you're not going to win very many games. And so Great Lakes comes in 0-6. Some would say this team is 0-7. They actually opened up the 2012 campaign with a loss on Halloween night, a 90-80 loss to IU Northwest. They had it down as a regular season game and then got a call about a week later from IU Northwest that said, no, we're going to count this as an exhibition. So Great Lakes has turned it into an exhibition as well, and so instead of being 0-7, they are officially 0-6 coming into this game. And as I said, the Crusaders, this is their first game against an NCCAA Division II school tonight, and they do come from arguably the best region in the country, the Midwest region that has produced the Grace Bible College Tigers, the 4-time defending NCCAA Division II national champs. The Crusaders were the 5 seed in that region a year ago. It has also produced Maranatha and Northland and just some good basketball up in that Midwest region. Kuiper, who advanced to the national tournament a year ago as an at-large from that Midwest region as well. So these teams are used to good competition at the NCCAA Division II level, and they hope that track record against the best in the Midwest and against the NAIA elite is going to help them to pull off an upset tonight here in the Maxwell Leadership Center. It's Ohio Christian 3-2, hoping to get back on the winning track after that tough loss last Monday night against Indiana Wesleyan, and they will take on Great Lakes Christian College out of Lansing, Michigan, the capital of the state of Michigan, about an hour and a half west of Detroit. The Crusaders in town, and we'll have it for you after we take this 2-minute timeout. It's Ohio Christian and Great Lakes. This is the Ohio Christian University Trailblazer Basketball
What gets you
Network.
moving?
Because when you get moving an hour a day,
You'll have the energy to skate through anything. So whether you like to work the half pipe,
Kick the soccer ball around.
or ride your bike,
carve out some time every day to get moving.
But do it your way.
Because it can be whatever you want it to be. Just get active.
wrap it up.
Move it your way and be a player.
Get up and play an hour a day, Doc.
Check out how to be a player at letsmove.gov.
Head online to get tips on great ways to get moving every day.
That's www.letsmove.gov.
Hey, how's it going?
Sir, are you okay?
What? Oh, this? It's probably nothing. I'm sure it'll go away.
Go away? But, sir, that can't be good.
No, it's cool. Really.
Do you want a napkin or something?
Everything's fine. Thanks.
You wouldn't ignore this. So why ignore the signs of a stroke? At the first warning signs, call 911 immediately. Because time lost is brain lost.
So, do you have any questions?
What is your soup of the day?
We have a mulligatawny soup.
Oh, do you have any specials?
We have a steak special today.
Oh, how's that cooked?
That's pan-seared and then...
Does it come with a side dish? Is it grilled? Can I have it steamed? So, what do you recommend? What kind of pie do you have? You're an actor. Aren't you from Ohio?
Any questions?
Ask questions. For the 10 questions everyone should know, go to ahrq.gov.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.
Back here on the pregame show, counting you down to the opening tip. It is Ohio Christian and Great Lakes, and head coach Tony Stockman joins us now. Coach, a little bit of a different scenario as opposed to 6 days ago. Last week, nationally ranked Indiana Wesleyan, number 4 in the country. Tonight it's 0-6 Great Lakes. How much does that concern you after such a big game last week, trying to keep the guys focused and concentrated on tonight's matchup?
Yeah, a little worse. They go into break too after this, so we had a really good week of practice, just focusing in, working hard, and trying to focus on ourselves more than anything else, and making sure we come out with the energy that we're used to.
Let's talk a little bit about that game last Tuesday night against Indiana Wesleyan. You mentioned in the post game that the guys kind of got away from the game plan, kind of tried to start doing things on their own. As you looked at the tape and have reviewed that, what were some of the breakdowns in particular that cost you in that one?
Yeah, their pressure defense kind of took us out of our offense a little bit, and then just losing their guy on defense. And they executed very well, but also, like I said, we didn't execute on offense or defense, and we got to show them on video what we were talking about. So, and then we got to work on it in practice. So we're looking forward to see the progress tonight in the game. And
you just talked about, I'm going to ask you to elaborate. You had 6 days off to refocus. What kind of week of practice has it been?
It was a hard week. We pushed them. We were a little upset with the performance, so that showed in practice. But they stepped up, and they were upset as well. So it was a really good week of practice, and we're looking forward to tonight.
Let's talk a little bit about Great Lakes. 0-6, maybe a little bit deceptive, as all 6 of those losses have come against some NAIA programs. Who or what concerns you about the Crusaders?
Yeah, their size. Evan is a small point guard. They have a taller point guard, and watching the video, they post him up a lot, so we're a little concerned about that. But also, like you said, they play some good teams, and they competed. They have some really nice sets watching on the video. And like we talked about with our team, just being ready to play and executing is going to be the deciding factor of the game.
I guess that's the concerns. The other challenge as a coach is to find out what you might be able to exploit. Where do you think you might have an advantage?
Yeah, I'm hoping that we'll be able to pressure them. I didn't see them get pressured, but like I said, they have taller guards, and I'm hoping that our pressure is going to bother them, our full court pressure.
Any injuries right now through 5 games that could impact this one tonight?
No, everybody's okay.
And last, I guess the 2 or 3 things maybe you're going to stress to the guys, keys to victory that are going to be on the board here in just a few moments.
It's definitely first thing is going to be energy. Just making sure we come out with the energy that we're used to and that we want to provide in the game, and just focusing in on executing our stuff. Whatever we're going to do on defense and what we're going to do on offense, making sure that the guys know it and then perform it.
Coach, always appreciate your thoughts. Look forward to them after the game as well.
Thank you.
That's the head coach of the Trailblazers, Tony Stockman, here on the pregame show. We'll step aside, meet tonight's starting lineups. It's Great Lakes and Ohio Christian. This is the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I'm home, and I love it. I'm home, where I belong.
It's always nice to come home, but many Americans are at risk of foreclosure and losing their homes. Making home affordable from the U.S. government has already helped over 1 million struggling homeowners like these. The sooner you act, the better chance we can help you.
I'm home, where I belong.
Nice. No.
Oops.
Yeah, sure.
Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
When you open a book, a whole new world comes to life. And you just never know who you're going to meet.
Ah, humbug.
Read a book and experience the wonder. Discover the fun and become part of something magical.
What's happening?
Read A Christmas Carol and other books online. Go to read.gov. Explore new worlds. Read.
Hey.
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
Close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
There's a place, not so far away, a place where you don't have to keep the volume down. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you, the proud you. You may even meet the curious you.
It's tickling me! You!
Ask your parents to take you to this not so far away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org.
There are so many fun things we all can do to be healthier, no matter who you are or where you are. So let's move.
Oh, here we go.
Let's stretch in the grass.
What a play!
Let's play tag.
Wow, unbelievable.
Let's jump up and down.
Oh, what a way to finish it.
And most of all, let's eat better so that we have the energy we need to play an hour a day, every day.
Everyone can play. Just go to letsmove.gov to learn more.
National anthem means we're just moments away from the opening tip. It's Ohio Christian at 3-2. Great Lakes Christian College, the Crusaders out of the Midwest region at 0-6. Let's meet the starting lineups in this game. First of all, for the Crusaders, the point guard is number 22, Mike Vickers, 6-foot junior from Troy, Michigan, 5.3 points per game, a team best 1.5 steals. Maurice Jordan, the 6'3 sophomore, wears number 23. He'll play the two guard, 7 points, 3.7 rebounds. He also commits a team high 3 turnovers per game. The small forward tonight is Kyle Downing, 6'4 sophomore from Holland, Michigan, was their leading scorer a season ago. He is their leading scorer this year as well, 10.2 points per game. Tyler Piercefield will play the 4. He's the son of the head coach, John Piercefield. Usually comes off the bench, but an illness to Taylor Richards has forced him into the starting lineup tonight. 6'3 senior from Portland, Michigan. He's the only senior on this roster, 3.2 points and 2.6 rebounds. And the man in the middle is 6'6 freshman Jarius Mann, who wear number 34, freshman from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Not a preferably a popular hometown this week here in Columbus, Ohio. Mann, 6.7 points, 2.7 rebounds. The head coach in his second season is John Piercefield, 57 years old, also serving as the athletic director this year as a business Portland Metal that he has run for 31 years with 17 employees, trying to juggle running a business with 17 employees while also devoting 30 hours a week as the AD and basketball coach at Great Lakes. For OCU, Evan Bartlett, the 5'9 freshman from Huber Heights, Ohio, will wear number 5 and play the point. 5 points, 2 assists. The shooting guard tonight is Trayvon Crater, 6'2 freshman from St. Vincent St. Mary High School, 7.2 points, 2.6 rebounds. He shoots a team best 68% from the field. Trayvon, the 6-foot junior, will wear number 3 and play the 3, 15.4 points per game and 41% on threes. Both of those are team highs. Kenny Cooper gets the start at the power forward, 6'4 sophomore from DeSales High School here in Columbus, 5.4 points and 5.4 rebounds. He is shooting 58% from the field, and the man in the middle is Devin Benson. He'll wear number 32, 6'9 freshman from Mansfield, 8 points and 5.6 rebounds. He is a 53% shooter from the field. The head coach is Tony Stockman. First season for the 2005 Ohio State grad. Wife Brittany is here, 3 sons, Tayden, Maddox, and Brayson. He's assisted tonight, as he always is, by Mr. Jamie Batten. Just about set to get underway. Trailblazers in their home white. Great Lakes from Lansing, Michigan in the visiting black. First of 2 for the Crusaders. They control the opening tip to the Trailblazers but cannot finish. Great Lakes will be back in action tomorrow night at Cincinnati Christian. So 2 in a row. They played 4 in 5 days last week, and that did not go well. Just underway here in the opening half. Rick Cooper and the OCU Trailblazer Basketball Network. Left side 3 by the point guard is no good. Mike Vickers, his first attempt. He is their top 3-point shooter. Rebound OCU. Crater into the lane, sets up Vaughn. Left side 3 is right there. And that's a good sign. Trey Vaughn has struggled shooting the basketball after, 3 games with 20 points or more. Out of the first 4, he has struggled a little bit. The last 2, teams sensing that he is a shooter, closing out a little bit more, giving him a little bit more attention, and the dribble drive by Crater set him up nicely there. It's 3-0 OCU. Just underway from the Leadership Center here on the campus of Ohio Christian University. Right side runner, never got there, caught his own rebound in the air. Did Maurice Jordan battle for the rebound? Jordan gets it back. Left side, Downing's 3 is right there. No, long 2, I beg your pardon. As referee Brad Wilkins right on top of that one to say there was a foot on the line, and it is 3-2. Scoreboard says 3-3, but it is 3-2. OCU by 1. Just underway here in the first half. Right side, it's Evan Bartlett. Bartlett looking to the free throw line, extended to Crater. Got the step, went to the rim, but could not finish. Rebound Great Lakes. Rebound into the hands of the coach's son, Tyler Piercefield. Right baseline jumper on the way, no good. Downing battles for the rebound and grabs the offensive board. Downing got the step, put it up on the rim, no good. A lot of contact there that was not called, and Great Lakes cleaning up the trash. Mike Vickers, the point guard, with the offensive rebound on the tip in. It's 4-3. Great Lakes by 1. Left baseline, it's Kenny Cooper. Tigers sitting in a 2-3 zone, and Trey Vaughn gonna shoot him right out of that zone on his second 3. So it's Trey Vaughn 6 and Great Lakes 4. OCU with some full court man as Evan Bartlett, little token pressure, gonna make Mike Vickers bring it up. Bartlett obviously gonna just get a taste to see how well Vickers can handle that rock. Free throw line extended. It's 34 Jarius Mann. Mann now left side against Benson. Little step through, and Benson held his ground nicely there. Downing with 10 on the shot clock. Left side, Vickers. Vickers holding it with 5 on the shot clock. Down to 3. Does he know it? Top of the key. Piercefield tried to get it off and did not do it. It's a 35-second violation. So Tyler Piercefield not going to send Mike Vickers a thank you note on that one, as Vickers gave it to Piercefield with about 2 on the clock. Merry Christmas. Do something with it there. Piercefield tried to raise up, and one of the Trailblazers blocked his shot. Top of the key, Crater. Kenny Cooper just left of center, looking for Vaughn. Lost it momentarily, back out to Cooper. 18 on the shot clock. Vaughn, another look. Front of the iron this time, and Vickers again, the point guard, coming down to rebound well for Great Lakes. Downing, left side. Nice interior pass to Jordan, who lost it, got it back, put it on the rim, no good. Jordan got it again and finished this time. First two for the sophomore from Ypsilanti. Transferred in from Siena Heights January of last year. Did not play at Siena Heights. OCU knows Siena Heights well. They beat them a year ago in the Mount Vernon tournament. Kenny Cooper tried to finish with two hands, and there to block him and commit a foul was Jarius Mann. First foul on Jarius Mann, first on the team, and a couple free throws coming up here. First free throws of the game for Kenny Cooper. Yeah, it was in that Mount Vernon tournament last November when OCU won against Siena Heights on the opening day, and then lost to Mount Vernon in the championship of that tournament. It's tied at 6. Kenny Cooper, first free throw, no good. One more for the sophomore from Columbus DeSales High School. Free throw percentage, 50%, and he misses a pair there. He has really struggled the last 2 games from the charity stripe as Kenny Cooper. Left side, Jordan open in transition, and he buries the 15-footer. 2 field goals for Maurice Jordan, 4 points in the game, and Great Lakes lead is 8-6. Benson with his first touch at the block, tried to kick it back out. It was deflected off of one of the Crusaders. It'll stay with OCU. Here comes James Nelson at the 15:50 mark, and here comes Wesley Russell. Devin Benson will sit down, as will Trayvon Crater. Neither has scored. So in 4 minutes and 10 seconds, your big gets his first touch. Does Devin Benson. Let's see if they can get them involved. Nelson, maybe, and the 3 by Vaughn is no good. Big James had a hand on it, but could not grab the rebound. Long outlet intercepted by Kenny Cooper. Cooper looking for Wesley Russell, the point guard. Back out to Bartlett, just right of center. It's Trey Vaughn. Around the horn to Cooper. Back to Vaughn, double teamed. Dumped it off to Cooper, put it up on the iron and dropped it in. First 2 for Kenny Cooper. It's 8-8, 15-15 to play here in the first half. To the hoop, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. Reese Jordan got the step right side. They're going to say no shot, and the foul is going to be charged to Kenny Cooper. It's the first on OCU, first on Kenny Cooper. 15-10 to play. Here comes Evan Mills, the 6'4 sophomore from Columbus is in. Mills averages 4.2 points. Cooper sits with 2. Downing a quick catch and fire, no good. Richards, a one-handed offensive rebound, and he put it in. Richards, the guy that was supposed to start at the 4, but because of illness, did not get the start today, but looked pretty effective right there. Evan Mills, left side to Trey Vaughn. Couple dribbles, 12-footer, front of the rim, no good. And the rebound picked off here by Downing. Downing dumps it off to Piercefield, went to the left hand but could not finish. And a loose ball foul going to be called, I believe, on Piercefield for Great Lakes, and that is going to be the call. Foul on Piercefield is his first, team second. 14:35 to play first half, non-shooting foul, so OCU to inbound underneath the Great Lakes basket. Bartlett around the horn to Mills. Out of the left wing, and Wesley Russell looking underneath for Mills. Dumps it up to Nelson with 2 hands. That's how you get the big fella involved. Beautiful interior pass from Evan Mills to James Nelson. How do you do, big fella? Mills could have shot that very easily, made the extra pass, was extremely unselfish, and Big James whammed it in with 2 hands. Underneath, shot up from close from Richards, no good. Russell the rebound. Wesley looking to run, 3-on-2 break. Right side, Bartlett's runner, no good. Nelson an offensive rebound. Back out to Russell, into the lane, dumps it off to Nelson again, went to a little jump hook. Shot no good, and a very, very, very late foul called there on Tyler Piercefield. I'm sure it was the right call. I just want to know why it didn't come about 3 seconds sooner from Brad Wilkins, but either way, James Nelson deserves 2, and he'll get 2 here at the 13:40 mark of the first half. Nelson to the line, 43% shooter. First one looked good there. Trailblazers now 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Big James Nelson, quite a story. 2.2 points as a freshman back in 2010, 5.6 as a sophomore, 8 a season ago as a junior, and now 10 points and 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. OCU has made an investment in Mr. Nelson, has worked hard, has James, and give credit to the OCU coaching staff. Stockman and Batten now, Curtis Christopher that did a nice job with a guy that was quite a project, and Nelson with a big block right there. And Russell tried to run it down, but had a right foot on that sideline. It'll stay with Great Lakes, but a lot of credit to go around with the big fella, James Nelson, who has really become a big presence on this basketball team in any game that he gets in. We saw it last week against Indiana Wesleyan. 3 no good right side. Nelson up high, had a hand on the rebound. Battle for the rebound, ends up in the hands of Trey Vaughn. Vaughn looking to run. And are they going to say he was in the act of shooting? He was, and so Trey Vaughn is going to get 3 free throws as Kyle Downing committed the ultimate sin on the hardwood. He fouled a 3-point shooter. Trey Vaughn, a 75% free throw shooter, will get 3. First one for Trey Vaughn is right there. 7 for Vaughn. Couple subs at the table, but they'll have to wait till after this one. For Trey Vaughn, first year with OCU, played 2 seasons at Ohio Valley University. There's 8 for Trey Vaughn. Down in the Parkersburg, West Virginia area, NCAA Division II school, and got connected with OCU in the offseason, and it has been a good partnership through 5 games, 15 points a game. We'll see if they count this one. Nelson looked like he may have had a hand on the lane, kind of lost his balance, but the referees count that bucket there. So OCU now 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. It's 15-10. 9 points for Trey Vaughn. 13 minutes to play here in the first half. OCU with some pressure. Broken with a pass to Jarius Mann, who will hand it off to the point guard, junior Mike Vickers from Troy, Michigan. Left side, it's Devlin Jefferson. Underneath, it's Mann, who took it right at Nelson. Nelson altered the shot, then grabbed the rebound, and a nice outlet to Evan Mills. Trying to go right side to Milan Kostov. Kostov put it on the ground and had it slapped out of bounds. It'll stay with OCU. 12:37 to play here in the first half. Trailblazers lead is 5. It's 15-10. Jimmy Horton, the freshman from Cleveland, to inbound, and he threw it away. Threw it right into the hands of Taylor Richards. Richard to the right side. Vickers lost it and had a foot on the baseline as he tried to save the basketball. Turnover right back to OCU. So it's Kostov, Jimmy Horton, a freshman from Cleveland, Wesley Russell, the sophomore from Columbus, Evan Mills, the sophomore from Columbus, and then Big James Nelson, the senior from Dayton, one of 3 seniors on this OCU team. Mills thought about a 3. Instead, back out to Horton, who made an extra pass, but nothing there for Wesley Russell. Jimmy Horton will set it back up. Left side, it's Kostov. Back out to Horton, 12 on the shot clock. 12:05 to play in the first half. Russell underneath to Mills, who took it up, put it on the rim, no good. And give credit there to Taylor Richards, who altered that shot. Rebound Crusaders. Right baseline, runner by Richards is no good, but somebody fouled him, and he will shoot 2. Foul is going to be charged to Evan Mills. It's his first, team second. 2 free throws coming up here for Great Lakes, their first 2 of the game. Taylor Richards was in the emergency room last night. He felt so awful. 3 or 4 of these guys battling some cold and flu. Happened right around the Concordia game 6 nights ago. First free throw is no good. Downing is back in. The point guard, 22, Mike Vickers, gets his first breather. Maurice Jordan sits down as well as Archie Cobb checks in. So they have had some illness, and Richards in the ER last night, in the basketball game tonight. Second free throw is good, so he splits a pair. It's 15-11. Archie Cobb, who's at the top of that zone for Great Lakes, his first appearance of the season missed 6 games with a groin injury. And talking to John Piercefield at about 11 o'clock last night, he said, Rick, I'm still not sure whether he's going to be able to give it a go tomorrow, and he does here. Kostov, 17-footer, put it right in. Pump fake, the defender took the bait, and it left Kostov all alone from about 17 feet. The senior, I beg your pardon, Temple Baptist transfer, Nelson with a steal. Kostov with his head up, looking to run. Kneel into the left wing, put it between his legs and nearly in his pocket, picked by Archie Cobb, and ball slapped out of bounds, and John Piercefield wants a 30. We'll keep it right here. If you're hungry, try Domino's handmade pan pizza with 2 layers of cheese, topping to the edge, and a crust made from fresh dough. A medium 2-topping pan pizza is only $7.99 at Domino's Pizza, 207 Lancaster Pike in Circleville, 740-477-2541. They're a proud supporter of OCU Athletics. Just got on board with us today. 11:08 to play first half, OCU by 6. It is 17-11. Trailblazers hoping to go 4-2. OCU will have, 11 days off to eat some turkey, watch a little football. They are back in action next Friday night down in Batavia, which is always a tough test against UC Claremont. It's a doubleheader, 6 p.m. the women and 8 p.m. the men. That is an audio-only doubleheader. Airtime with the pregame show is set for 5:40 from Batavia, Ohio. 17-11. Handoff to Kostov coming out of the timeout. Again, frees up Russell. Right side jumper is no good. Jimmy Horton runs down the offensive rebound. Horton tried to lob underneath to Nelson. It was intercepted and read well by Jarius Mann. Mann, a former football player. Looked like a defensive back right there as he snagged that one. And a foul is going to be charged to Wesley Russell as he tripped one of the Crusaders who got into the lane. First on Russell, third on the team. 34, Jarius Mann, true freshman. Was a pretty good football player a year ago. Foul on, I think it's going to be Kostov, as Downing was in the act of shooting, and it is. So OCU now beginning to pile up the fouls. That's number 4 on the team here at the 10:45 mark, and it will take their leading scorer, Kyle Downing, the sophomore from Holland, Michigan, to the free throw line to shoot 2. Yeah, you see Mann on your screen at the left block. Where's number 34? If it wasn't for some academic issues, probably a real good chance he would have been playing some Division I football this year. Western Michigan in particular had an interest in Jarius Mann, but had some academic issues that prohibited that from happening. 17-12 OCU by 5 here midway through this first half. Right baseline or right block, it's James Nelson. Nelson looking to back down Jarius Mann. Instead goes to a 6-foot turnaround, which is absolutely perfect. There is nobody at the D2 level that's going to block that shot, I'll tell you that. Big 6'8" James Nelson going to a fadeaway from about 6 feet. Mann guarded by Nelson, looking for Richards at that right elbow, picked up his dribble and gets it back out to Devlin Jefferson. To Downing, to Mann, pumps once, put it up, no. Comes right back to Mann, who cleaned up the trash and put it in. He got Nelson off his feet on his first attempt, but overshot it. Ball caromed around right back into his hands, and by that point, James Nelson a little bit out of position, and he capitalizes. 19-14, Russell into the lane, threw it away. Some miscommunication. He thought Mills was going to stay on that left wing and spot up for 3. Instead, Mills started streaking to the basket, and the miscommunication leads to an OCU turnover. Mills will sit down. Nelson will sit down. Horton will sit down as Benson, Bartlett, and Vaughn check back in. Kenny Cooper is in as well. So the OCU starting 5, with the exception of Wesley Russell being in this basketball game instead of Trayvon Crater. 3 left side, no good. Cooper had a hand on the rebound, so did Trayvon, but they could not snag it, and so it'll stay with Great Lakes. 9:29 to play first half, OCU by 5. It's 19-14. Tyler Piercefield set to bring it in. for the Great Lakes Christian College Crusaders. Team has never won a game. Crusaders just realized they're playing with 4. And Jarius Mann going to come back out onto the court to be the 5th. So Kenny Cooper with a big smile ear to ear. That's a time where you don't say anything to the officials if you're wearing the white jersey. Let them play with 4. Let's see how long it might last. Left side, Piercefield, a quick catch and fire, no good. And Wesley Russell, the rebound. Not sure why that one went up with 29 on the shot clock. Underneath Benson, hands it off to Cooper, back out to Russell. 19-14 OCU. Kenny Cooper shows jumper left side. They're going to say he shuffled that pivot foot as he tried to put it on the floor. Turnover back to Great Lakes. The Crusaders trail by 5. 19-14 as we near 9 minutes to play in the opening half. Rick Cooper, Fairfield Digital Media, the Trailblazer Basketball Network. Bartlett with a steal to the other end, tried to spin it on the rim, no good, but he was fouled. Archie Cobb, the guilty party. It's his first, team 5th. And a couple free throws coming up here for the freshman from Huber Heights. Big brother plays at UC Claremont, so he will play Big Brother in about 11 days as we travel down to Batavia. Will Evan Bartlett, and the first free throw is no good. OCU unofficially 6 of 8 from the charity stripe for 75%. Back in is Mike Vickers. Sitting down is Archie Cobb. 8:58 to play first half. Bartlett bends the knees and fires good, so he splits a pair. Danny Schrock checks in, the 5'10 freshman from Sugar Creek, Ohio, makes his home debut as Bartlett splits the free throws and has a seat. 8:53 to play first half. 20-14 OCU by 6. Bartlett, I beg your pardon, Bartlett stays in. It must have been Wesley Russell that sat down. Right side, it's Jarius Mann against Benson. Couple fakes. Now right side, Vickers, who fell to the ground after that 15-footer, no good. And Schrock looking to run. Schrock to Bartlett, trying an alley-oop to Benson, who could not finish. And Bartlett goes about 8 rows up the bleachers to grab the basketball, but it goes back to Great Lakes. 8:27 to play first half. Quick inbound to Vickers. It's a 2-on-2 break. Vickers with a spin move, dumps it off to Mann, who finished over Benson. Nicely done by Great Lakes. Mann, I beg your pardon, with 5. Benson, little give and go, and he threw it away. So OCU getting a little sloppy with the basketball here. Left side, Downing. Chance to cut it to 2, and he does on a tough 17-footer, and Tony Stockman wants a 30. Not happy with the offensive execution. It's 20-18. 8:01 to play first half. Got to take care of the basketball, fellas. Trailing by 2 are the Crusaders. Great Lakes has never won a regional tournament game. Thought that was interesting talking to their head coach. These two teams actually used to be in the same region until the regions were realigned. When did that happen? Probably, it's probably been, I would say 12 years ago, somewhere around 2000. They realigned the regions, and used to be Circleville Bible College and Great Lakes Bible College in that Midwest region, and moved OCU to the Mideast region. KCU used to be in that region as well. Johnson, Cincinnati made some major realignments, and Great Lakes now up there with, as we said, Northland and Maranatha and Grace Bible and Kuiper, as Tyler Piercefield connects on his first 2, and he ties the game at 20 apiece. So unless these two teams play non-conference, they don't see each other very often. Last meeting between these two schools was all the way back in 2007. Bartlett to the right baseline. Vaughn raised up like he was going to shoot it, and instead dumped it off to Bartlett last minute. And a reach-in going to be called on Mike Vickers, who tried to slap it from behind against Evan Bartlett, his first. I've got it with 6, so no free throws here. Danny Schrock will sit down as Trayvon Crater is back in for OCU. Schrock sits down scoreless. Crater is back scoreless. Bartlett looking to inbound, does so to Benson, right block, little turnaround, no good, and looked like it went off of Piercefield, but they're going to say it went off of OCU. So back to the Crusaders, who've got an opportunity here with 7:10 to play to take the lead, tied at 20. Again, it's Bartlett, Crater, Vaughn, Cooper, and Benson on the floor for OCU. Right side, it's Piercefield. Back out to Downing, dumps it off underneath to Jordan. A little jump hook is right there. Nicely done by Maurice Jordan. Only playing at about 85% as Jordan's had a dislocated back that has caused him to miss some time, but very effective with the jump hook there. Vaughn just hit a three. So Trey Vaughn into double digits. He's got a dozen, and it's 23-22 OCU. Vaughn single-handedly keeping OCU in this game. Offensive foul. Evan Bartlett was there as Downing went back door, beat his man. But give credit to Evan Bartlett, who met him at the right block and drew the offensive foul. Foul on Kyle Downing is his second, team 7th. No free throws on the player control foul. 6:23 to play first half. Between the circles, it's Trayvon Crater off a Benson screen. Back out Vaughn, straightaway three, this time a little bit wide right. And Taylor Richards up high for the rebound. Dangerous outlet to Vickers. Vickers left his feet and threw it away. Kenny Cooper leading a 3-on-3 break. Cooper to Crater. Back to Cooper, 10-footer no good, and Richards another rebound. Richards to Jordan, quick outlet to Piercefield on the right baseline. Piercefield, left side, underneath, and a foul is going to be called on Devin Benson as he was banging with Taylor Richards near that left block. Foul on Benson is his first, team 5th, non-shooting foul, couple subs. Benson will sit down, James Nelson is back in. Downing and Vickers sit down for Great Lakes as back in are Devlin Jefferson. And our first look today at Kevin Logan, who's got the basketball here and got into the lane and dumped it off for Richards. We've seen some good dribble drive by both of these teams, getting into the lane, people converging and finding shooters or finding dunkers. Nice dribble drive. James Nelson, left baseline. Nelson went to the left hand or the reverse on the left side, could not finish, and at a foot on the baseline. It'll go back to Great Lakes, 24-23. The Crusaders lead is 1, 5:19 to play first half. Coming up, the halftime show. We'll take a look at the first half numbers and much more. Long outlet to Richards, who nearly threw it away, and he did. Tried to get it to Jordan. It was deflected off of OCU, then off of Jordan, and it goes out of bounds. And now a question at the table. I know the question. Kevin Logan is checked into this game, number 44, and I just heard the official stat lady say they do not have a 44. And so now a question whether we may have a technical foul possibly on Great Lakes for not having number 44, Kevin Logan, in the book. And we'll see exactly what they're going to figure out here as Mark Mayer's at the table talking to the official book. I do have a 44, Kevin Logan. John Piercefield, the Great Lakes coach, over at the table as well. Mark Mayer still taking a look at it, and they're going to call it a technical foul. An administrative tee. 24-23, and the free throws are going to be shot by Trey Vaughn. The first one is right there. Tell you where some of this stems from. I'll take part of the blame in this. The only roster that they apparently provided anybody was provided to us electronically about 2-3 days ago, and so Coach did not have a roster. They were actually copying our game charts before the broadcast to come up with a roster for the official score, and we're using 11 by 14 legal paper, and I know what happened. They probably went back there and made an 8.5 by 11 copy, and number 44 Logan was at the bottom of that 11 by 14 and never made it onto the official book. That's just pure speculation. But 25-24 after the 2 free throws there by Trey Vaughn. So OCU regains the lead by 1. Under 5 minutes to play first half. There's a near steal. Crater got a hand on it. Ends up in the hands of Piercefield, who dumps it off to Richards, who put it in. Maybe no Willis Reed, but Richards playing well and being ill. 7 points here in the first half. And there's a steal by Great Lakes. Logan to the other end. Tried to finish with a scoop, a reverse, and never hit the rim. Rebound OCU. It's a 4-on-2 break. Nelson, left block, establishes himself. Jump hook, no good. And Piercefield the rebound for Great Lakes, and a turnover as Jordan threw it behind Devlin Jefferson. And John Piercefield quickly off the bench. Most animated we have seen him. Not happy with that turnover there. 4:15 to play first half. Trailblazers trailing by 1 with the basketball. Russell, right side, Vaughn, 3, hits again. 17 for Trey Vaughn. Somebody's got to tell the team in black you can't help when Trey Vaughn is on the same side as the dribble drive. Vaughn gonna go straight to the basket here and put it in. He's got 19 in the game. John Piercefield wants a timeout. 3:51 to play. We'll see if it's a 30. It is a 30. We'll keep it right here. 3:51 to play. Trey Vaughn just making a killing out on the perimeter. The guy can shoot lights out, and they continue to help. His man does anytime the dribble drive happens. That's a scenario there where you can't be the helper. You've got to stay on Trey Vaughn and not give him open looks, but 19 points later, somebody not figuring that out for the team from Lansing, Michigan. 30-26 is our score. OCU by 4. The benefit of the dribble drive. It has changed the game, hasn't it? The high school level, the college level, spread them out and dribble drive and see how the defense reacts. That has been the primary offense of so many teams, and it has been effective for OCU as Trey Vaughn with 19 of OCU's 30 points. OCU with a good double team there right near the timeline, nearly a steal. Left side, 3, up left wing, no good. Battle for the rebound, ends up in the hands of Wesley Russell. It was Shaq Jones who took that 3 for Great Lakes, who has just checked in, and I think Jones committed the foul there. It is on Jones. It's his first, team over the limit. And so Wesley Russell will go to the other end and shoot the 1-and-1. Unofficially, we have OCU 9 of 11 at the charity stripe. Make it 9 of 12 as the front end no good, but Crater snags the offensive rebound. He'll get it to Bartlett and a fresh 35. Crater to Nelson, left block, back to the basket. Little jump hook, put it up and in. Love the patience from Big James. 8 points in this first half off Tony Stockman's bench, and a foul going to be called as OCU once again had a pretty good double team setup. They're going to charge it to Trayvon Crater. It's his first, team 6, so fresh 35 for Great Lakes, but no free throws. They will shoot free throws on every OCU foul the rest of the way. Devlin Jefferson, free throw line jumper is right there. First 2 for Devlin Jefferson, the sophomore from Jackson, Michigan, a business major at Great Lakes. 15 different majors for Great Lakes. School of 211 this fall. Right side Crater, runner no good. Tipped by Russell, he put it up and dropped it in midair. First 2 for Wesley Russell, came in averaging 14 a game. Jordan to the other end, beat Nelson to the basket and dropped it in. Big James was in the vicinity. Maurice Jordan didn't care. He went right to the rack and put it up and in. 34-30. OCU by 4, 2:20 to play first half. Bartlett again looking for Nelson. Back to the basket. Nelson into the lane. Put up another one. No good. Tip up and in by James Nelson. Big James makes Jarius Mann look small, and Mann is 6'6". Former lineman that played, again, high school star in football, and Nelson really having his way right now. Jordan setting up Vickers. Right side three is right there. Again, set up by the dribble drive. They rotated it around and found Mike Vickers all alone at that right wing. Crater, free throw line, jumper for the southpaw is right there. First two for the freshman from Akron, Ohio, who comes in averaging just better than 7 points a game. 90 seconds to play first half. Into the lane, Vickers, shot blocked by James Nelson. Into the hands of Russell. It's a 5-on-3 break, and Russell threw it behind James Nelson out of bounds. Minute 18 there. Minute 18 to play first half. Golden opportunity gone awry there. Substitution for Great Lakes. Back in is Alexis Willingham, 6'8" freshman from Taylor, Michigan, averaging 1.7 points and 2.3 rebounds. Top of the key, it's 15. Shaquan Jones. Jones now over to Jefferson, to Jordan, underneath to Jones. Nelson got another one. Back into the hands of Jones. Shot clock at 17. 3 on the way is right there. So Devlin Jefferson with 5 quick ones. Little free throw jumper. And now a 3-ball from straight away, and it's 38-36. So Great Lakes hanging around. Under a minute to play first half. Crater, his 3 never got there, and the rebound into the hands of Devlin Jefferson, who just threw it away, nearly cost him 2 points. And went to a behind-the-back outlet pass under the OCU bench. 23 seconds to play in the opening half. Shot clock is off. OCU can hold it for 1 if they would like. It's one thing to make an outlet pass under the opponent's basket. It's another one to do it behind the back. My coach may have sat me for the season. 10 seconds left. Russell into the lane. Russell put it up on the rim and put it in. 3 seconds left. Clock does not stop in the opening half. In under the final minute, and there's a three-point attempt from full court that hits some of the lighting at the top of this arena, and Karam's no good. 20 minutes in the books here in the Maxwell Leadership Center. OCU 40-36, the advantage coming up the halftime show. We'll take a look at the first half numbers. We'll recap what has transpired and much more. That coming up after this 3-minute timeout. OCU 40, Great Lakes 36. This is the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
Every child is curious. George, look what I found. Turn their curiosity into a lifelong love of learning. That's a periscope. It's one of the most important gifts you can share. Create a curious reader. Oh, you want to build a castle like that one? This is super bedtime reading. Share a book together today. Visit read.gov.
To be a good father is the most important job in a man's life, but it doesn't have to be hard. Play catch, go to a park or visit a zoo. Help your child with their homework. Sit down together for dinner. Ask them how their day was. Things get busy, and sometimes we all fall short. But the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
One of the slogans that we came up with was "We're number 2," and that was one that seemed to take a hold because everybody would ask, "What are you saying you're number 2 for? You know, what are you number 2 about? You know, don't you want to win?" And of course we wanted to win. We wanted to be the best we could be, but we were number 2 because Jesus Christ was number 1, and that's how we started.
The Lord has blessed all of us, and it's a time that you can't forget. It's the 4 years of your life that you'll always have memories of.
So we knew we could do it, but we finally did it, and we made it.
Turn over this log. Yeah. Whoa! I like the big black ones. I like the brown wiggly ones.
I like the green crunchy ones myself.
Whoa.
Get out and explore nature. There's surprises everywhere. Go to discovertheforest.org.
Anyone up for dessert?
Uh-oh, Vince. They're really cracking down on safety belts these days.
What's up, officer?
I'm giving you a ticket for committing an 811.
Safety belt violation.
Compliments of Barney Fife.
We never wear safety belts. We're dummies.
Weisenheimers.
He gave us a ticket.
Man's got to do what he's got to do.
Back here in the Maxwell Leadership Center, we are at the intermission. OCU a 40-36 lead, mainly behind the hot shooting of Trey Vaughn. Vaughn with 19 points in that first half. Finished, what did Trey Vaughn? 4 of 7 on threes, 5 of 5 at the charity stripe, 19 points to lead the way. James Nelson with 10 points off the OCU bench, 4 for Wesley Russell, and 2 points apiece for Trayvon Crater, Kenny Cooper, and Milan Kostov. So 29 of OCU's 40 points in that first half from the combination of Trey Vaughn and James Nelson. For Great Lakes, a little bit more balanced. 8 for Maurice Jordan to lead the way. Taylor Richards had 7. Remember, Richards did not get the start in this game, but came off the bench and was productive, considering he was in the emergency room less than 24 hours ago. 5 apiece for Devlin Jefferson, for Mike Vickers, and for Jarius Mann. Kyle Downing added 4. He's their leading scorer that averages about 10 a game, so OCU has done a good job on him. And Tyler Piercefield, the son of head coach John Piercefield, with 2 points as he got the start at the 4 in place of the injured, ill Taylor Richards today. Great Lakes 2 of 4 at the charity stripe for 50%. OCU 8 of 12 on free throws for 67%. In terms of foul trouble, Piercefield with 2 and Downing with 2 for Great Lakes. Nobody in any kind of foul trouble for OCU. Just 6 different guys with 1 foul apiece. So 40-36 Trailblazers here at the intermission. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the other first half numbers, but the one that matters is on the scoreboard right now, where OCU leads by 4. Back with more after this here on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
There are so many fun things we all can do to be healthier, no matter who you are or where you are. So let's move.
Oh, here we go.
Let's stretch in the grass.
What a play!
Let's play tag.
Wow, unbelievable.
Let's jump up and down.
Oh, what a way to finish it.
And most of all, let's eat better so that we have the energy we need to play an hour a day, every day.
Everyone can play. Just go to letsmove.gov to learn more.
The magical thing about using energy wisely is that anyone can do it. Turn off lights. Use energy-saving light bulbs. And turn off computers and game systems when not in use. Make a change and we can really fly. Grab a grown-up and go online to energy.gov/kids.
Back here in the Maxwell Leadership Center, we're at halftime, 40-36, OCU on top by 4. Taking a look at some of the other statistics in this first half. Trailblazers turned it over 10 times. Great Lakes turned it over 5 times. Battle the backboards. Great Lakes with a 17-15 advantage there. OCU with 5 of those 15 on the offensive end, and Great Lakes with 8 of their 17 rebounds on the offensive end. 7 assists for OCU, 5 for Great Lakes. Shooting numbers in that first half. OCU 48% from the field. Great Lakes 41%. Trailblazers 4 of 8 on threes. 4 of 7 was Mr. Trey Vaughn. So OCU 4 of 8 as a team for 50%. Great Lakes 22% behind the arc, 2 of 9. And we gave you the free throw numbers a minute ago. OCU doing a much better job tonight than they did Tuesday night. Tonight 8 of 12, 67%. Great Lakes 2 of 4 for 50%. Some individual numbers. Taking a look at the starting 5. Vickers 2 of 8 from the field. He has finishes with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in that first half. Maurice Jordan 4 of 9 shooting. He finishes 8 points, 5 rebounds. Tyler Piercefield only 1 of 5, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and a steal. Jarius Mann, their starting center, finished with 4 points and 2 boards on 2 of 4 shooting. And Kyle Downing with 5 points and 2 rebounds on 2 of 5 shooting. Their leading bench producer tonight is Taylor Richards. Again, normally gets to start. Richards with 7 points on 3 of 5 shooting in that first half for Great Lakes. For OCU, Trey Vaughn 5 of 10 from the floor, 4 of 7 on threes, 5 of 5 at the charity stripe, 19 points, a rebound, and a block shot. Evan Bartlett, the OCU point guard, split a pair of free throws, 1 point, 2 rebounds, and an assist for Bartlett. He only shot the basketball 1 time. Who else started for OCU tonight? Trayvon Crater had 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. Kenny Cooper 2 points, 1 of 1 from the field. Missed his 2 free throw attempts, 2 points, a rebound, and a steal, along with a block for Kenny Cooper. And Devin Benson, the OCU center, has yet to score. Only 1 field goal attempt for him. Leading bench producer for OCU is James Nelson with 10 points and 3 rebounds on 4 of 6 shooting in that first half. Again, Trailblazers shooting it well here in the first 20 minutes. 48% from the field, 50% on threes, 67% at the line. They lead Great Lakes 40-36 here at the intermission. We will take a 3-minute timeout. 3 minutes here on the Trailblazer Basketball Network. Second half action is coming up next from the Maxwell Leadership Center. This is the OCU Trailblazer Basketball Network.
So, you're looking for help with your mortgage. Worried about foreclosure? We can help you keep your house. All we ask for in return is that you submit to our plans for galactic domination. Sign.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
A bright future starts with a healthy lifestyle. Good nutrition and physical activity are fuel for your child's mind and body.
Attaboy, Pinot.
And the food pyramid will help you find the right balance. Just remember, every color, every day.
Nothing can stop me now.
Eat right.
Here's an apple.
Be active.
Come on, I'll race you home.
Make it balanced.
This calls for a celebration.
A healthy lifestyle can lead to great things for your child. Visit mypyramid.gov to learn more.
I want to see the world.
When you pick up a book,
I used to read every night to all the younger kids,
and let your imagination break free, you won't believe how much fun it can be.
Let down your house.
Experience a world of adventure, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get tangled up in a good book. Explore new worlds. Read. Visit read.gov today.
Hi, I'm Sean Johnson of the 2008 U.S. Gymnastics team.
I'm here with our friends from VeggieTales to say, be a player, get up and play an hour a day.
Besides gymnastics, how do you stay in great shape, Sean?
I love to dance and rollerblade.
Cool.
You don't have to be an Olympian to be a player. Just do the things you already love to do, like jump rope, ride a bike, or even play freeze tag.
Now that's something to live for.
Well done! For fun ways to get healthy, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Greetings. I'm Mark Smith, president of Ohio Christian University. Each year, we invite the community to a festival of carols, a celebration of the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
I'm Dr. Rodney Soames, director of the OCU Chorale and Chamber Singers. On Saturday, December 1st, Ohio Christian University will host its 7th annual Festival of Carols and Messiah right here in a beautifully decorated Maxwell Leadership Center. We invite you to come join us for festive orchestrations of favorite Christmas carols, beautiful a cappella numbers, and Christmas selections from Handel's beloved Messiah. The chorale will be joined by the Circleville Community Choir and an excellent 45-piece orchestra composed of OCU faculty members, students, and area musicians. Pre-concert music begins at 6:30. Guests who come early will hear music by the chamber singers and other campus ensembles, as well as our invited guests. Following the concert, we light the campus Christmas tree, inaugurating the annual Festival of Lights on the university lawn. We invite you to come enjoy this evening with us. Admission is free, with donation of a canned food item for needy families in our area.
It's our gift to the community, and this year we invite you to be a part. Join us on this exciting occasion.
To get underway here in the second half. Tonight's game brought to you by Domino's Pizza in Circleville. Try Domino's handmade pan pizza with 2 layers of cheese, toppings to the edge, and a crust made from fresh dough. It's a medium 2-topping pan pizza, only $7.99 at Domino's Pizza, 207 Lancaster Pike in Circleville. Call 740-477-2541. Great Lakes back in action tomorrow night. They travel down to the Queen City. They will take on CCU. A 7 p.m. tip tomorrow night was supposed to be Malone University, but Malone got a big offer from Missouri State out in Springfield, Missouri, one of those guarantee games where you make a little bit of money and go get your rear end kicked in, and so they are headed out, is Malone, to Springfield this week, and so Great Lakes was looking for a second game to piggyback this OCU game, and called down to CCU and got an opportunity to play the Eagles tomorrow night in President's Hall in Cincinnati at 7 p.m. And OCU back in action, as we said, in 11 days. They travel down to Batavia, never an easy place to play. UC Claremont. It's a doubleheader, 6 p.m. the women, 8 p.m. the men. We'll have the airtime with the pregame show at 5:40. You'll have to use one of those listen live links on the OCU website. That's an audio only broadcast. Our next video broadcast is December the 4th. So what is that? 2 weeks from tomorrow night. Mount Vernon Naz, Matt Moore and friends come to the Leadership Center, and we will have that game for you with live video. So again, audio only next Friday night at UC Claremont, and our next video broadcast is against Mount Vernon Naz in this building Tuesday, December the 4th. We hope you'll tune in for both. Just about ready, and now we are for the second half. Trailblazers lead by 4. Left side, Downing, jumper in and out, rebound Evan Bartlett. Bartlett a quick outlet to Cooper. Cooper underneath to Benson. He gets a quick touch but can't control it. It's taken away by Piercefield for Great Lakes. Like the big fella getting some touches. Big Devin Benson, even if he doesn't shoot it, they've got to recognize, they've got to help, they've got to keep an eye on him, and there's a foul, I believe, on Benson, and a couple free throws are coming up here for Kyle Downing. It's that idea of inside out. You start with the big man underneath. When the defense reacts, you make them pay by kicking it out to the open shooters. And can you tell I played big man in college? Get the ball to the big fella, give him a touch, and let the defense react, and you react by how they react. And If they don't come down and help, you make them pay. So 40-38 as Kyle Downing makes a pair. Great Lakes 4 of 6 now at the charity stripe. And this is a one-possession basketball game. It's 40-38. And there's another turnover. Intercepted this time by Jordan. Went to the left hand. No good. Downing there to grab the miss in midair and dropped it in. This basketball game is tied 40-40, I beg your pardon, with under 19 minutes to play in the game. Benson into the lane. Lost the basketball into the hands of Cooper. Right side, Trey Vaughn. Tough shot there as they contested it well, and it's taken away by Great Lakes. Downing a quick outlet to Jordan to the other end and put it in. That was picture perfect as Downing right on the money to Maurice Jordan, who caught it in stride and put it in. A couple veterans at the table. Wesley Russell and James Nelson going to check in at the next dead ball. See how they handle Trey Vaughn in this second half after a blistering first half. They force Benson into a fadeaway that comes up short. Rebound Great Lakes. It's 42-40 Crusaders and make it 44-40 as Jordan got free again. 2 quick field goals here in the first 2 minutes for Maurice Jordan. 12 points in the game. It's 44-40. Trailblazers trailing by 4. Great Lakes on an 8-2 run, or 8-0 run, I beg your pardon. We'll get that squared away in a minute. Foul is going to be charged on Maurice Jordan. It's his first and the team's first. Couple free throws coming up here for Devin Benson. It was 40-36 at the intermission. Great Lakes has run off 8 in a row to start this second half. Benson will spin the basketball in his hand, bend the knees, and fire. No good. Trailblazers now 8 of 13 at the charity stripe. Crater and Vaughn sit down as Russell and, well, Nelson got to wait at the table as Benson, the free throw shooter, will get this second attempt. Big James ready. Jimmy Horton has checked in, so is Kostoff. So basically the entire starting 5 minus Kenny Cooper is out of this basketball game in the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds of the second half. Second free throw is good, so Benson splits a pair. Benson finally into the scoring column. He's got 1, and it's 44-41, and that ends an 8-0 Great Lakes run to start this second half. Right side, Jordan. Right baseline, Piercefield fading away 3, no good. Kostoff, a good shield on Downing to grab the defensive rebound. Russell looking for Nelson. Right baseline, Nelson got the step, put it up, no good, and the rebound by Downing. They forced James into an awkward shot there on that baseline and couldn't get it to the rim. Jordan for 3, no good. Rebound by Downing. Fading from 17, it's right there. 10 points for Kyle Downing. This doesn't look like a team that got beat by 50 6 days ago. Horton into the lane, no, but he was hammered and should shoot 2. We'll see. Foul is going to be charged to 23. That's Jordan, that's his second. Team second, and they are going to say that the freshman Jimmy Horton from East Tech in the act of shooting. And so Horton to the free throw line for 2. The first one is right there. Free throws 15 and 16 for OCU. Trailblazers currently 10 of 15 for 67%. Jimmy Horton with his first point of the game, and the second free throw is no good. The rebound to Jordan, who is really becoming a factor in this basketball game. Right baseline, Piercefield dumps it off to Jordan. Little step through, put it up, no, but he was fouled as he got Kenny Cooper and James Nelson to take the bait on that step through. And they're going to charge the foul to 21 Kenny Cooper. It's his second. Second on Cooper, second on the team, and 2 free throws here for Maurice Jordan. First one is right there. Maurice Jordan with 13 points in this game. It's a team high. Trey Vaughn with a game high 19 for OCU. Second free throw for Jordan is good again. Maurice Jordan with 14 points. 6 of them here in the first 3 minutes and 9 seconds. OCU trailing by 6, 48-42 here early in the second half. Russell got the step, Russell down the lane, lost the basketball, but was fouled in the process, and he should shoot too. Foul is going to be charged to 34, Jarius Mann. His second, team third. They are going to say Russell in the act of shooting, and so Wesley Russell, 69% a year ago, 63% this season. He is good on the first free throw. Russell now with 5 points in this basketball game. Richards back for Great Lakes, sitting down as Jarius Mann. OCU right now 61% as a team coming into tonight's game, and Russell hits a pair. Half dozen for Wesley Russell, and it is 48-44. OCU trailing by 4. There's a near steal. Deflected. Now it is a steal. Russell picked his pocket to the other end. He dropped it in. 8 points for Wesley Russell. And so OCU has answered with a little run of their own. It's 48-46. And it is a full timeout, although John Piercefield still has everybody standing. And now we realize it is a full 16:24 to play in the game. 48-46, Great Lakes by 2. This is the OCU Trailblazer Basketball Network.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. .46, Great Lakes by 2 as we get underway out of the timeout by Great Lakes. Downing down that right baseline, trying to dump it off to Richards. Nice interior pass to Piercefield. His shot pinballed around, and it's taken away by Wesley Russell for OCU. Russell, a little crossover and a foul as he tried to race to the rim. This will be interesting to see if they give him free throws here, and they're going to say no. Foul is going to be charged on Devlin Jefferson. It's his first and the team's fourth. They're going to reset the shot clock. Game clock is at 16:05. Inbound to Kostoff, who tried to go into the lane. The ball slapped into the hands of Jimmy Horton, whose 10-footer never got there. Rebound Richards for Great Lakes. Outlet to Jefferson, who lost it as he tried to put it between his legs. Back out to Downing. Again, he's their leading scorer, leading rebounder, leading assist man, and was their leading scorer a season ago as well. Number 40, Kyle Downing, who has it here on the left wing. Working against Kostoff, raises up over Kostoff. Shot a little bit too strong. Kostoff the rebound. Russell going to try to take it to Piercefield, and he was fouled by Piercefield, and he'll shoot 2 free throws. Foul on Tyler Piercefield is his third, team 5th, so he is the first player for either team with 3 fouls. Downing and Jordan with 2 apiece for Great Lakes. Benson and Cooper with 2 apiece for OCU, and the first free throw, Karam's up, and then Karam's in for Wesley Russell. Russell now with 9, 4 in the first half, 5 here in the second. He bends the knees and fires. This one no good. Nelson had a hand on the rebound, and they're going to say it went out of bounds off James Nelson. It'll go back to Great Lakes. The Crusaders lead 48-47. We talk about how good that Midwest region is. This was a team that was a 5 seed in that Midwest region tournament a year ago, and there's a steal by Wesley Russell. Jordan lost it. Russell tried to go to the left hand, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Great Lakes, and John Piercefield up off the bench. Not happy, I'm sure, with the turnover or the call. The foul is going to be charged to Devlin Jefferson, his second, team sixth. I loved what John Piercefield said as we chatted late last night, stayed up late till it was after 11 o'clock, probably 11:15. We spent about 75 minutes together on the phone. I had to get up early this morning to make the trip and spend a lot of time with us, but one of the quotes he said about his team or about his philosophy of coaching that I took from that interview late last night, he said, "Rick, we have a 94-foot pulpit," is what he said about an opportunity to play basketball as Christian athletes at Great Lakes, and that just kind of stuck with me as jump hook up and in there by Maurice Jordan. I've never heard it said that way, 94-foot pulpit or platform, and that's exactly what it is, and sometimes we need to be reminded of that. 50-49. They have not had a great history in terms of men's basketball at Great Lakes, and what was the word he used? I think he used the word thugs over the years. They've had some issues with character and really trying to change that, change the climate, and after talking to him last night, really seems like the man for the job, except for the fact that he's got a business with 17 employees that he's trying to juggle along with the AD duties and men's basketball duties at Great Lakes as well. So, good guy, John Piercefield. Underneath, shot up and in by Downing. He put it in and he was fouled. Bucket is good for Downing. They're going to charge the foul here to Wesley Russell. And that's his second, team third. Score the basket for Kyle Downing. He's got 12 points in this game. And an opportunity for three the old-fashioned way with the free throw here, which is right there. 13 for Kyle Downing. Great Lakes 53, OCU 51 as we near 14 minutes to play in the game. Jimmy Horton going to set things up now to Wesley Russell. 18 on the shot clock, 14:05 to play. Russell's three is right there. 16 for Wesley Russell as Jordan was just a little bit late closing out on that one, and Wesley Russell makes him pay. Jordan again gets into the lane, dumped it off to Piercefield. Shot no good, but he was fouled. The Great Lakes bench asking for some kind of basket interference. They're not going to get the call. Kostoff is going to get charged for the foul, number 2 on him. And 2 free throws coming up here for Tyler Piercefield. First of which is right there. Piercefield now with 3. Ball got wedged between the backboard and the rim, but John Piercefield and others on that Great Lakes bench felt like somebody may have touched it in the cylinder for OCU, and if that would have been the case, the bucket would have counted. But instead, Piercefield has to earn him at the charity stripe, and he hits 2. 4 points in the game for Tyler Piercefield. It's 55-54. Great Lakes by 1. 13:40 to play. Russell's 3 this time grazed the side of the rim, no good. Piercefield the rebound for Great Lakes. Outlet to Archie Cobb, as we said, his first appearance of the year as he battled a groin injury. Coming in, right side underneath Richards, shot blocked by Nelson. Richards got the block but could not finish. Outlet to Russell, left side, Kostoff, 3 on the way, back of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, James Nelson. Nelson double teamed, and that pass, cross-court pass, was deflected out of bounds by Taylor Richards. It'll stay with OCU. 30 on the shot clock, 13:09 to play in the game. 55-54, Great Lakes clinging to a 1-point lead. OCU led 40-36 at the half. Wesley Russell coming off the bench here early in 2012 after being the OCU point guard right out of the gate as a true freshman in 2011. Russell with 13 on the shot clock, little shake and bake but could not finish. And Richards backpedaling but could not hit the jumper. Double team, they had a good one on Archie Cobb, and it's a near steal Piercefield had it, but Kenny Cooper touched it last. It'll stay with Great Lakes Christian College. So he set enrollment 211 from Lansing, Michigan. 15 majors, including communications, which I thought was interesting for a smaller school, elementary ed, business management, psychology, ministry. 55-54, 12:38 to play in the game. Archie Cobb, the sophomore from Detroit. Right side, now it's Jefferson. Right baseline, it's Mann who's checked in. Devin Benson has checked in for OCU. So a matchup of the two starting centers as Bolter back in. Left side jumper no good by Cobb. Kostoff takes the rebound out of the hands of Piercefield. Kostoff down the lane and it's slapped loose from behind. Out of bounds off the Crusaders. Trailblazers will inbound underneath their own basket. Here comes Trey Vaughn. 19 points in that first half. Played the first 2 minutes and 10 seconds here in the second half, but that's when Great Lakes went on that 8-0 run. Tony Stockman emptied his bench. And Trey Vaughn making his first appearance, and a quick catch and fire. He hits again. So 22 points for Trey Vaughn. And OCU with a 57-55 lead, and Kenny Cooper with a near steal and save. 57-55, Crater gonna check in, and Russell gonna sit down. And I know why Tony Stockman taking Russell out. Kenny Cooper worked his tail off to save that basketball, and I see Tony talking to him right now saying, go get the basketball, Wesley, especially when somebody works as hard as Kenny Cooper did right there. He kind of got caught watching it, and Coach Stockman said, if you want to watch it, you can watch it over here with me. Piercefield, offensive foul. He dipped the shoulder on the right baseline. John Piercefield doesn't like the call, but I think it's the right one, as Piercefield tried to create a little bit of space by dipping the shoulder, and that is number 4 on the lone senior on this Great Lakes roster, Tyler Piercefield. 11:42 to play in the game. 57-55. Left wing, Vaughn, another three, no good. Kenny Cooper tried to flush it with the right hand, but could not bring it down. Cooper runs down the miss. Horton into the lane. Horton, tough shot on the move. He dropped it in. 3 points for Jimmy Horton. It's 59-55. OCU by 4. Left baseline, Downing's three. Front of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound batted around, ends up in the hands of Great Lakes. Shot up close, no good. Tip no good by Jarius Mann. It was Jefferson with the initial attempt. Rebound OCU, 59-55. Crater tried to get it to Cooper, deflected into the hands of Vaughn. Downing blocked his shot. Benson up close, no good. Mann a rebound, and a loose ball foul going to be called on Trey Vaughn. First foul on Trey Vaughn, 5th on the team. .52 to play in the game. Crusaders trail by 4. They have the basketball. Inbound to Archie Cobb. OCU with some full court man-to-man with Crater lingering, looking like he may try to come over and jump, and there's a steal by Cooper. Cooper to the other end with 2 hands. He throws it down. Kenny Cooper with points 3 and 4, and John Piercefield wants a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here as Kenny Cooper gets out in transition. A steal and a jam has given OCU a 61-56 lead as we set our next broadcast next Friday night. So enjoy the turkey. Trailblazers will get a break after tonight. Be back in action next Friday night at UC Claremont at Batavia. At UC Claremont. Now they've just announced it is a full timeout as John Piercefield out of 30-second timeouts here at the 10:34 mark. 61-55 is our score. We'll keep it right here. But OCU will enjoy the Turkey Day. We hope you do as well. And they'll be back in action next Friday night, 11 days from now, as they go down to take on UC Claremont. And that has been a pretty heated rivalry in years past. UC Claremont won the championship in the OCAC a year ago, the regular season championship, and then the Trailblazers won their first OCAC title in the postseason tournament in that league. And so it has been a great rivalry, and it will be renewed next Friday, November 30th at UC Claremont. The women at 6, the men at 8. Audio-only broadcast. Airtime with the pregame show is set for 5:40. 61-55. Trailblazers by 6. With it on that right wing is Kevin Logan. Now to Jarius Mann. Mann back to the basket. Now going to penetrate and dish to Vickers. Right side 3 is right there. Didn't take much. Do you notice that? The dribble drive was just a dribble by Jarius Mann. The defense had to react and give the big fella credit as he found Vickers spotting up on that right baseline. Horton into the lane. Shot no good, but he was fouled as he took it right at the big fella, Jarius Mann. Blocking foul on Mann is his 3rd, team 8th, and 2 free throws coming up here for Jimmy Horton Jr. As we said, from Cleveland. Played his high school basketball at East Tech. He is a 50% free throw shooter here early in 2012. First one is no good. Trailblazers 61-58. Today's game brought to you by Domino's. Try the handmade pan pizza with 2 layers of cheese, toppings to the edge, and a crust made from fresh dough. A medium two-topping pan pizza, only $7.99 at Domino's Pizza, 207 Lancaster Pike in Circleville, 740-477-2541. Horton splits a pair. He has 4, 62-58, and Kenny Cooper out on the run again, went to the right hand and put it in. 6 points for Kenny Cooper. 64-58. Here comes Richards. Logan to the left hand. How did he put that one in? Beautifully done by the freshman from Detroit. First 2 of the game for Kevin Logan, who got into the land of the Giants and scooped it up off the glass with the left hand. 64-60. 9:15 to play in the game. Horton with it. 2 freshmen going against each other there, Horton and Logan. Horton, little stop and start. A lot of contact under there between him and Jarius Mann. Nothing called. Vickers, left wing. Vickers cross court to Downing. Spotting up for 3. No good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Downing. Downing into the lane. Shot blocked by Benson. And Benson has something to say to Downing after he blocked that shot. And Mark Mayers comes in and has words with Devin Benson. 8:50 to play in the game, 64-60. Piercefield is back in for Great Lakes. Sitting down is Devlin Jefferson. Jefferson sits with 5, Piercefield back with 4. Piercefield will inbound here. Looking, cross court to Downing. Thought about a long 3. Instead, baseline. Piercefield is 3. Fading away is right there. And he made that look easy to Tyler Piercefield. On the run, fading away, buried it. Benson underneath, muscled it up and in. First field goal of the game for the freshman from Mansfield. It's 66-63, and Benson just blocked another one. Wesley Russell going to check in after the block that went out of bounds by Devin Benson. 8:25 to play. Jimmy Horton Jr. will sit down as Wesley Russell is back in. So it's Crater, Vaughn, Russell, Benson, and Cooper for OCU. The starting 5 minus Evan Bartlett. Wesley Russell in control at the point guard here. Piercefield, another 3, he hits again. So Tyler Piercefield with 2 threes, and he has tied this game at 66. Both of them on the move, both of them fading away. Little give and go, and Benson threw it behind Russell. Logan, an opportunity here for Great Lakes to take the lead. Piercefield shows 3, and a blocking foul is going to be charged to Kenny Cooper. And Kenny, after 2 threes on the run, had to react that way. Committed a hard foul on Piercefield. And I tell you what, Kenny, job well done. Non-shooting foul. It's only the team's 6th. And so instead of Piercefield possibly taking the lead with a 3 there, instead it's tied at 66, and Great Lakes has got to inbound the basketball and score against some defense here. Under 8 minutes to play. Left baseline jumper, Richards, no good. And Kenny Cooper, a good shield there on Piercefield, grabs the rebound. Russell looking to run. Crater down the lane, dumps it off to Benson, who put it off the glass and put it in. Devin Benson beginning to heat up a little bit. Benson with 5 points, all of them here in the second half. OCU 68, Great Lakes 66. Right side, it's Vickers. Vickers working against Cooper, dumps it off to Richards, little 10-footer, no good. And Trey Vaughn, the defensive rebound. Russell looking to run. Russell lost it to Benson, who put it on the floor and nearly lost it, and he did. Big fella's got to raise up as soon as he grabs that basketball. Don't put it on the ground. Don't let the guards get in there to slap and swing and steal. Instead, raise up and finish, big fella. Instead, they turn it over at 68-66. Opportunity for Great Lakes to tie, maybe take the lead here. Left side, it's Downing. Richards just inside that three-point line. Back to Downing, 3 on the way. Backside of the iron, no good. And Evan Bartlett, a great box out. Great Lakes bench wants a foul, but that was just a good box out. Here's Vaughn for 3, no good. Rebound, Piercefield. Quick outlet to Vickers. Vickers into the lane, no good. Offensive rebound, Logan drops it in. Kevin Logan with 2 field goals here in the second half, and we are tied at 68 with 6:30 to play in the game. Russell hands it off to Crater, left forecourt. Crater, little stop and start, little shake and bake. The lefty went to the right hand, and that bucket would have counted by Crater, but Benson grabbed the rim while it was in the cylinder. And I think Tony Stockman going to pull Benson for that decision. 6:16 to play. John Piercefield wants an explanation. The explanation is there was a foul called on Great Lakes. Foul is on Taylor Richards. It's his first, team 9. John Piercefield wants an explanation. The call here is there was offensive basket interference, so the bucket is not good. But a foul is going to be charged on Taylor Richards, and so Crater going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2, but that basket interference was not necessary, and it cost the Trailblazers a couple points, or at least 1. First free throw by Crater is up and in, so John Piercefield didn't like what was transpired, and it was Brad Wilkins that looked at him, and one of the umpires tonight, and said, I'll explain the rule to you, and they had it exactly right. That ball was going to drop in by Crater, and had Benson not put a hand in the cylinder and tried to tip dunk it, it would have counted. So it costs OCU as he splits a pair, and a jump ball going to be called as Evan Bartlett was tied up by one of the Crusaders. That Crusader is Kevin Logan, so hopefully that all made sense. 69-68. Taylor Richards will sit down. We get our first look tonight at Justin Main, the 6'5 freshman from Dearborn, Michigan. Only 1 point and 1.8 rebounds, but he comes in as a big body, hoping to help John Piercefield here. Nelson trying to work against him. Nelson goes to the fadeaway, no good, and Main the rebound to Logan. Logan tried to get it to Downing, who was head of the pack, and Wesley Russell just saved 2 points by getting a hand on that pass. Downing was all alone underneath the basket. Russell just saved 2. 69-68 OCU. Into the lane, Crater, and in the process of getting to the rim, he was fouled. And that foul is going to be charged to 44 Kevin Logan. It's his first. We have it as 10 on the team. And so OCU should shoot 2 here regardless of what they do on the first. Jarius Mann with 3 and Tyler Piercefield with 4 in terms of foul trouble for Great Lakes. Kenny Cooper, the only Trailblazer in any kind of foul trouble. He has 3 for OCU. First free throw is good by Trayvon Crater. 4 points, 2 in the first, 2 in the second. Trailblazers lead is 2, make it 3 as Crater connects on the second, and OCU unofficially now 10 of 20 of 28, I beg your pardon, from the charity stripe. 20 of 28. Underneath, Jordan got free and dropped it in. Maurice Jordan with 18, 71-70, 5:20 to play, Trailblazers by 1. Left side, Crater got the step, and he was hammered in the process. If it's on Piercefield, it's number 5. And instead, it's going to be Kevin Logan. There were 3 Crusaders there. Kind of take your pick. And it's number 2 on Logan, number 11 on the team. Couple free throws coming up here for Trayvon Crater. Southpaw bends the knees and hits again. 72-70, OCU. Second free throw coming up here for Crater, who again bends the knees, again fires, and hits again. 7 points for Trayvon Crater. 73-70, Downing right forecourt. To the right wing now, and Jordan into the lane, or I beg your pardon, working right side, is going to be fouled by Crater. That's number 2 on Crater, team over the limit. That's number 7. And so Maurice Jordan will step to the free throw line. The only bad thing, if you're a Great Lakes fan tuning in, he's a 29% free throw shooter, and the first one is no good, but Maine an offensive rebound. Maine cleaned up the trash, his putback no good. Jordan another try, no good, but he was fouled and he should shoot 2. See who they charge this one to. Good effort there by Justin Maine, who grabbed the offensive rebound. The foul is going to be charged to 20. Trayvon Crater, it's his 3rd, team 8th. Devin Benson going to come in for OCU after the first free throw by Jordan, which is no good. 73-70, James Nelson going to sit down. 5 minutes to play in the game. Benson in, Nelson sits. Second free throw for Jordan, bends the knees, too strong again, and Crater the defensive rebound. So missed opportunity there for the team in black. They could have cut it to 1 with a couple free throws, and instead the lead stays at 3, and OCU can make it a 2-possession game if they can convert here. Crater into the lane, lost his footing, and still put it in. A lot of contact between him and Piercefield. Piercefield playing with those 4 fouls very easily. Could have been fouled out right there. Still the bucket good. Here's Downing for 3, and he hit it. 16 for Kyle Downing. 75-73. Big, big basket for a team that, let's be honest, has not had a whole lot of experience here early in tight games. We'll talk about that at the next timeout. They're going to get a foul on Piercefield, and that should be number 5 on Tyler Piercefield. That is his 5th, team 12th. So OCU will shoot 2 free throws the rest of the way. Piercefield's night is over. 10 points and 5 fouls. What we'll remember is on his night, those 2 threes that he hit kind of fading away. At tied the game at 66, I think. I think OCU was up 6, and he got free, hit 2 threes, and kept Great Lakes in this game at a critical juncture in this second half. Free throws coming up here for Trayvon Crater, who has made his living here at the free throw line in this second half. 8 points at the charity stripe is what we've got him for in the second half. 10 points in the game, and make it 11 as Trayvon Crater hits again. 77-73, 4:05 to play in the game.
Logan again gets his pocket picked by Russell. Wesley to the other end, throws it down with one hand. And Russell with a big smile as he kind of got caught on the rim a little bit. But it doesn't matter how it looks. He finished, and head coach John Piercefield wants a timeout. 79-73 OCU, 3:55 to play in the game. It's OCU basketball here on the Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I'm Audrey. I'm Abby. I saved Audrey from drowning right here in this pool. I was 5. I was 4. And thank goodness for Abby, she just reached in and pulled me up.
I'll never forget the two little hands connecting.
That was Abby's little hand. We learned a technique in swim class that the Red Cross did. If I hadn't learned aquatic safety from the Red Cross, I wouldn't have been able to save my friend that day. I'm very grateful.
Packers. Viking. Packers. Viking. Viking.
Red state, blue state, vegan.
Carnivore.
We come from different places.
Uptown.
Downtown.
Optimist.
We come to different conclusions.
Half empty.
Half full.
But when we live united, we create real, lasting change in the building blocks of life. The education, income, and health of our communities, our families,
United.
even the person next to us.
Live united.
Real change won't happen without you. So give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Sign up at liveunited.org.
79-73, OCU by 6. Great Lakes with the basketball. Trailblazers hoping to go 4-2 and hoping to keep this team from Lansing winless. 0-7 was what Great Lakes would be with a loss here today. Maine with it, the big fella goes left wing to Downing. Downing over Vaughn, and they're going to say Vaughn got him on the arm. Couple free throws will be coming up here for Kyle Downing. Foul on Trey Vaughn is his second, team 9th. Kyle Downing, a 75% free throw shooter, second on the team only to Devlin Jefferson at 82%. Downing bends the knees and fires good. Free throws 15 and 16 for Great Lakes. Point number 17 for the sophomore from Holland, Michigan. Second one no good. Rebound battled for, and it's going to go out of bounds off OCU. Some of the Trailblazers and their fans don't appreciate that call. Brad Wilkins, I beg your pardon, that's Mark Mayers that made that call. Looking to inbound is Justin Main. Main left baseline, back out left forecourt, and Downing around the horn to the right side. And Shaquan Jones. So John Piercefield going with a couple big reserves here late in this game, and it's Shaq Jones that puts it up and in. So it's Jones and Maine. We have not seen much from either of those guys, but gonna have to step up here late at crunch time. 79-76, left baseline. Russell with a big, big three on the left baseline. 21 points for Wesley Russell. To the other end, it's Vickers, the point guard, who got to the rim and dropped it in. 10 points for Mike Vickers, 82-78, under 3 minutes to play. Both teams in the bonus. Both teams will shoot 2 free throws on every foul the rest of the way, and Russell hits again. 19 here in the second half for the sophomore Wesley Russell, 23 for the game. Maine with it, picked up by Benson. Back out to Shaq Jones, the freshman from Comstock High School in Kalamazoo. Downing, 17-footer, a little bit too strong, and it caroms up onto the top of the backboard, which is okay. It's when it hit the shot clock that they call it dead, and ball back to Great Lakes, or back to OCU, beg your pardon. 2:26 to play. Trailblazers with a 6-point lead. Big, big possession here. Russell will walk it up the floor. He shrugs off Bartlett, who will play the 2, the off guard here on this series. Russell off a Benson screen, got to the basket and put it in. 25 for Wesley Russell. Justin Main tried to provide help on that screen, but he was just a little bit late, and Russell with a steal. And he ran into John Darrow, and Darrow says there's nothing I can do. The referee, part of the quarter play, and it cost OCU a bucket there.
Not much John Darrow can do. Richards to a streaking Devlin Jefferson. Jefferson couldn't control the pass, but it was deflected out of bounds off Great Lakes or off OCU. It'll stay with the Trailblazers. 32 on the shot clock, minute 57 to play in the game. Richards went back door to Jefferson, who found a way to get it around Crater and put it in. He's got 7. 86-80, minute 47 to play in the game. Russell to Bartlett, OCU in no hurry here. 24 on the shot clock, minute 40 to play in the game. Russell picked up by Downing, who better be careful. A 5-second call. Wesley puts it on the ground, picks up his dribble, back out to Bartlett, who will set things up with 10 on the shot clock. Bartlett against Shaq Jones. Right side, Vaughn, his 3, in and out. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Great Lakes. Devlin Jefferson touched it last. It'll stay with OCU, but not before Tony Stockman can call a timeout. It is a full timeout. Minute 20 to play. We'll take a break with him. OCU clinging to an 86-80 lead. The final minute 20 coming up next here on the OCU Trailblazer Basketball Network.
A healthy tomorrow begins with a solid foundation at home, and there are simple ways to start your kids on a path to success. Eat dinner together. Add veggies to each meal. Save treats for special occasions. And be sure to get up and play an hour each day. Help your kids make all of their dreams come true. Be our guest to healthy living today at letsmove.gov.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
86-80, minute 20 to play in the game. Tony Stockman called a timeout. Trailblazer lead is 6. Trayvon, Wesley Russell, Trayvon Crater, Devin Benson, and Evan Bartlett out there for OCU. Trailblazers will bring it in in the hands of Crater. Crater looking, and what? Tony Stockman maybe got afraid there that it was going to be a 5-second violation, called a timeout from the bench, and it is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with a minute 20 to play. Trailblazers 86-80. Shot clock again is at 34. Game clock at a minute 20. It was Crater that was going to bring it in, was having some trouble, and head coach Tony Stockman called a timeout to give them maybe a new play to bring it in and a fresh 5 seconds to do so. Trailblazers will enjoy the Thanksgiving break, and they'll be back in action Friday night, November the 30th, down at UC Claremont. Again, 6 p.m. the women, 8 p.m. the men. It's an audio-only broadcast, so you'll see those listen live links on the OCU website. One of them says with Windows Media Player. The other one says with all other players, iTunes, whatever else. That's where you'll want to click next Friday, November 30th. Inbound to Benson, who will bring it back out, and Tony Stockman in that timeout said we want to chew up a little bit of clock. You could see it there as Benson kicks it out. Russell into the lane to Crater. Shot clock is at 20. Game clock is a minute 5. OCU with a 6-point advantage, and in no hurry here. 15 on the clock. Jefferson maybe trying to force a 5-second violation, and now OCU at 9 on the clock going to get it to Russell. 6 on the clock. Russell going to make something happen. 17-footer, no good. Karam's up, no good. Rebound, Downing. Quick outlet, Downing to the other end. Shaq Jones, who went to a scoop shot and put it in. Clock stops under a minute. And they're going to come over to the table is John Darrow, because the clock did not stop immediately. Under a minute in the second half, the clock stops on all made baskets, and so John Darrow right on top of that and says, I'd like 42.3 left on that clock. OCU will have to inbound against some full court pressure from Great Lakes. They inbound it to Bartlett. Both of these teams will shoot 2 free throws on every foul the rest of the way. Great Lakes has got to commit a foul. They trail by 4 with only about an 8-second differential. When is the coaching staff going to tell them we've got a foul? We're trailing by 2 possessions. They let Trey Vaughn catch it. 22 on the clock. When are they going to commit a foul? They finally do with 20.4 seconds left. The foul on Vickers is his second, team 13th. If it's a 1-possession game, it's debatable whether you commit a foul. Whether you're losing by 4 points with under a minute left and there's about an 8-second differential, it is a no-brainer, and you do it as fast as you can. First free throw by Russell is up and in. 26 points in the game. You're just trying to extend the basketball game, and Great Lakes gave up probably about 15 seconds there that they shouldn't have. 27 for Wesley Russell. 17 seconds to play. With it is Devlin Jefferson. Left side, Downing, gonna raise up and fire a 3, no good. Rebound, Crater, and lost it into the hands of Russell. OCU gonna try to dribble out the clock, and they should be able to do it. Right side, Vaughn to the basket, he put it in. 22 for Trey Vaughn with 1.1 left, and OCU, with 7/10 of a second left, they're going to get out of the leadership, or the Maxwell Leadership Center, with a win, and that is going to do it. So a bizarre ending to what was a pretty good basketball game. I don't know how you allow that much time to come off the clock when you're trailing by 4 with under a minute left and only about an 8-second differential between shot clock and game clock. It is a no-brainer. It's not some coaches do this and some coaches do that. It is every coach says, we've got to commit a foul, we've got to extend this basketball game, and instead of doing that, they look like they were content allowing OCU to just dribble out the clock, and finally, with 20 seconds left, they committed a foul, and by that time, the basketball game was over, and the final is 90-82. Tony Stockman will join us momentarily. I will tell you some of the final scoring numbers in this game. Trey Vaughn and Wesley Russell with 51 of OCU's 90 in this game. Russell with 27, Trey Vaughn with 24, Trayvon Crater, I beg your pardon, with 11, and Big James Nelson with 10. So OCU puts 4 in double digits. Some assistance tonight from Devin Benson with 5, Kenny Cooper with 6, Jimmy Horton 4, Milan Kostov 2, and Evan Bartlett with 1 for OCU. For Great Lakes, they were led tonight, 18 points for Maurice Jordan, 17 for Kyle Downing, Mike Vickers with 10, and Tyler Piercefield with 10. So Great Lakes puts 10 in double digits. Taylor Richards added 7, Devlin Jefferson added 7, Jarius Mann 5, Shaquan Jones with 4, and Kevin Logan added 4 as well. But it was not enough. The Trailblazers win. They executed a little bit better down the stretch, and they win number 4 here in 2012 by the final of 90-82. Again, coming up, we will check in with Tony Stockman. We will maybe put a headset on our OCU player of the game as well. But let's take a break. We'll give you some of the final numbers after this 2-minute timeout here on the OCU Trailblazer Basketball Network.
I didn't need help from anybody. I was good at everything. And this, the drugs and the alcohol, I couldn't stop doing it. I went down a path of destruction, just about escaping the feelings. I never used one without the other. It was chaos. A dump truck, insanity plowed into us. I know it was the devil. I actually got suspended from baseball. I said, I need help, but I can't do it anymore. I fell on my own. You do with me what you want to do with me, but I surrender.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at EnergySavers.gov.
Severe weather can destroy a home in seconds. There's no time to think. only time to act. Have a kit so you're ready for any emergency. Develop a plan for what you and your family will do before disaster strikes, and stay informed during severe weather any way you can. It can be the difference between losing your possessions and losing your life. Just ask the owners of this house. Visit ready.gov for ways to prepare your family for emergencies.
Ohio Christian University offers accredited, career-focused undergraduate and graduate degree programs for busy adults. Classes are convenient, offered online or evenings and weekends at our 12 locations. OCU will prepare you for your next step and help you discover your higher purpose.
We invite you to attend Ohio Christian University.
We told you that Great Lakes had some trouble shooting the basketball, coming in 39% from the field, under 50% at the charity stripe, 47%, only 29% on threes. They're going to leave this leadership center tonight with a loss, and it's not because they didn't shoot the basketball well. You look at some of the final numbers, 45% from the field, 40% on threes, and 67% from the charity stripe. When you consider they made the trip today, 5 hours from Lansing to Circleville. Those aren't bad shooting numbers. Those are good enough to win on the road on most nights, but unfortunately, they didn't defend very well tonight. OCU 50% shooting, 47% on threes, 74% at the charity stripe, and again, OCU just a little bit better in terms of battle the backboards, a 32-31 advantage for Great Lakes, so they did a nice job in that statistical category. 14-11 in terms of assists. Great Lakes with 14 assists. Neither team really very sloppy in terms of turnovers. Great Lakes with 13, OCU with 14, so they did a lot of good. It was just that OCU shot the basketball a little bit better tonight, and the Trailblazers get out of here with a 90-82 win, and head coach Tony Stockman going to talk hoops with us a little bit. And Coach, first of all, kind of a strange ending at the end. You guys pulled away. First of all, what did you do well? But I guess I want to talk X's and O's. A little bit surprised they didn't extend the basketball game a little bit more. They allowed you to dribble 15 to 20 seconds before they finally committed a foul, and really the game was over almost at that point then.
Yeah, we were expecting them to foul, so we had our good foul shooters in, and they let us run the clock down. I think they were hoping to get a stop and go down and get a quick bucket, but like you said, the time is their best friend at that point in the game, and they let it go.
I know you called a timeout to probably give those marching orders to the guys, but had to be pleased when they did milk the clock. They seemed to use that as their sixth man and didn't commit a turnover at a critical juncture in the game. Yeah, the thing is, we've been talking about execution, and they did at the end. They executed exactly what we talked about in the timeout, and it worked out good for us. Trey Vaughn, a big day today, 24 points, but it was really Wesley Russell down the stretch that the dribble drive, nobody could really stay in front of him, it didn't seem like, for Great Lakes.
Yeah, we try to take advantage of stretching him out. We know they're not going to leave Trey because he's a good three-point shooter, and that gives us a big gap for him to drive into with Wesley and Trey Vaughn. And then, that number 30, I'm not sure his name, but he hit those 2 threes, and we wanted to go at him and attack him because he had 4 fouls. And people came over to help, and we got the fouls, and then we even got him out of there. But it gave us a chance and momentum to get into the lane and get buckets.
You got to correct something you just said, though. You said they're not going to leave Trey Vaughn. They did in the first half.
Definitely.
When's somebody going to pick up on the scouting report? You can't help off of that guy. 24 points today. Hit some big shots. Kind of got quiet in that second half when they maybe changed defensively, but hit some big buckets down the stretch as well.
Definitely hit some big shots, and we have stuff for him. We like to get him going when he hits one. We know he's most likely to hit another one, so we try to get it back to him. Like I said, I think the big thing in the second half was we knew they weren't going to leave him, and that gave us our guys space to drive.
And maybe the guy that people will lose sight of tonight, Tony, is Devin Benson. Doesn't score at all in the first half, but got some touches late in the game and got 5 points again at a critical juncture. How much more difficult looking ahead could this team be if you're getting production from Devin Benson's and James Nelson's underneath?
Yeah, that's what we need, and that's what we've been searching for a little bit. And our offense with the spread offense and with such good guards, it kind of limits their touches sometimes, and we've been trying to make an effort to get them more touches, and we've been working the offense to do that.
what, 11 days off now before you see Claremont? How do you, as a D1 guy, there's no such thing as 11 days off during the season. How are you approaching this as a head coach? What kind of practice schedule do you have the next 11 days with the guys?
Yeah, we're going to practice the next 2 days, and then we'll have
Thank you for giving me blood.
Thank you for giving me shelter.
Thank you for saving my life.
Support the Red Cross and change a life, starting with your own.
On us, Coach Stockman, was how do you handle the next 10 or 11 days without any game action until next Friday night?
Yeah, definitely. We're going to practice the next 2 days, and then they'll have a break for Thanksgiving, and we're going to come back, I think, Monday and start practicing. It'll be a lot of shooting and conditioning stuff, and then as we get closer to the game, then we'll start focusing on X's and O's.
What do you know about UC Claremont? It's a team that has given this Trailblazer team some troubles. It's probably been the best rivalry that this program's had the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I haven't got to look at the tapes yet, but just talking, they're athletic and aggressive, and you know, that's how we are too. So I think it's going to be a good, I'm guessing, a high-scoring game.
It should be fun. Are you heading up to Cleveland for Thanksgiving? What do the Stockmans do for the holiday?
Yeah, we'll be going up to Medina and hanging out with all the family. It's a ton of them, a lot of kids having fun, and I don't know where my little ones are now, but they're a handful.
Hey, it's a different time. You can eat as much turkey as you want, and there's no line drills waiting for you. So happy Thanksgiving.
Before our team, definitely.
That's right.
They better watch what they eat.
That's right. Congrats. Thanks for coming by, Coach.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you from UC Claremont. That's the head coach of the Trailblazers, Tony Stockman, gets win number 4 in his young coaching career. The Trailblazers improved to 4-2. Great Lakes with the loss drops to 0-7. The Crusaders, no rest for the weary. They will travel down to Cincinnati, the Queen City, and they will take on Cincinnati Christian tomorrow night. As we said, in-game, it was supposed to be Malone University, but when a money game calls, you adjust your schedule. Missouri State called help me here. Missouri State called Malone and said, we want you to come out to Springfield, Missouri. We'll give you a couple $1,000s to play. And so they decided to go out there. They called Great Lakes and said, can we cancel? And so Great Lakes found a game in the Queen City against Cincinnati Christian, and that game tomorrow night is at 7 p.m. and then they will take a Thanksgiving break. Trailblazers back in action next Friday at UC Claremont, 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. Airtime with the pregame show is set for 5:40. That is an audio-only broadcast. Our next TV broadcast, Tuesday, December the 4th, when Mount Vernon Naz comes in here. Remember, Mount Vernon Naz beat OCU first weekend of the year in the Mount Vernon tournament. So OCU will be looking for a little bit of revenge in that one. It's an 8 p.m. tip. Airtime with the pregame show is 7:40. And again, that is a broadcast with live video. I want to say thanks to John Piercefield, the folks at Great Lakes, for helping us prepare for tonight. On the OCU side, thanks to Ben Bellaman for pulling the plug on us. Just kidding, love Ben Bellaman, the OCU AD. Tony Stockman for talking hoops with us. Jamie Batten, the SID here at Ohio Christian University as well. Thanks to the folks at Fairfield Digital Media, JT Burcham and the rest of his crew for their outstanding job. I hope you're enjoying these video broadcasts. If you are, let Ben Bellaman and the OCU Athletic Department know that it has been a privilege to bring these to you, and we look forward to talking with you again next Friday night from Batavia, Ohio. Thanks most of all to you for listening. You're the reason there's a crew from Fairfield Digital Media. You're the reason that we're here bringing this action, because we know there's people all over this region that love OCU basketball, and it sure is a treat to bring it to you. OCU improves to 4-2 with a 90-82 win. Great Lakes with the loss, still winless, 0-7. They'll try to get that elusive first win tomorrow night at CCU. For the entire Fairfield Digital Media team, for Tony Stockman, Jamie Batten, Ben Bellaman, and the rest of our crew, this is Rick Cooper saying so long from the Maxwell Leadership Center. Have a good night, everybody.
There's a place, not so far away, a place where you don't have to keep the volume down. You'll find all sorts of creatures in this place without have to. The silly you, the proud you. You may even meet the curious you.
It's tickling me! You!
Ask your parents to take you to this not so far away place. Come to the forest, where the other you lives. But first, stop by discovertheforest.org